Hey, I'm Alan Brito, I'm an architect, and if you ever try to use Blender in a field that requires precise 3D modeling like architecture or engineering, you probably missed a really important feature. I'm talking about modeling guides. What are those modeling guides? Well, it's an object that we'll be using as a reference and that you can use to trace the shape of an object that you want to create without the need to go and use numeric input for every single transformation. So it will save you a lot of time if you learn how to do this. And what if I told you that Blender has this feature inside a BonsaiBIM, which is this add-on that I'm using right now? What is BonsaiBIM? If you want to try that, this is the add-on page. It's part of the Blender extensions repository, so it's free to install. The only thing that you need is to come here under Edit, Preferences, Get Extensions, and type Bonsai here. So as you can see, Bonsai will make a lot of changes to the Blender user interface. You will see that we have here on the right, this is my properties editor from Blender, which is actually just the scene tab from Blender. If I expand this button here, you will see that we have the old tabs here. Let me right click here, navigation bar, hide, to go back to the Bonsai user interface. Now, where are those modeling guides? If you scroll down, you will see that we have this tool here called grids. Those are the modeling guides. Bonsai will call those grids because it will create a grid that you can use as a reference for modeling. Before I explain how to use the grid, let me just highlight that we'll be using a lot these two buttons here. You have this eye, which will control the visibility of your grid lines, and this padlock here will protect or release your grid lines for transformations. So let's take a look and see how it works. First, I'll click on the Add Grids, and Bonsai will create this base grid. And if I zoom out, let's measure the distance. If I'm not mistaken, I'm using right now a project with settings for the metric system. So it's using meters. And if I use the measure tool from Blender, you can see that we have 10 meters between each one of the grid lines. Let me delete this. I will release my grid lines here by unlocking them for editing, and now I can move those grids. Let's say I will move this grid here 5 meters to the left, -5. Then I will move this one here, GX. Let's move this -12. And you can even duplicate, Shift D X. Let's move this around 12 meters. And as you can notice here, if I zoom in, you see that we have labels for the grid lines. This one here is number 3, and this one here is also number 3. Well, it makes sense to rename or to change this label. So how can we rename this? Unfortunately, Bonsai will not rename them automatically. Let me press F2. And this is where the name will come from. I can just rename this to 4. You can use any name or any number that you want, but it will look weird if you just set this to something like 15. And I can keep making changes to the rest of the grid. Let me use GY and move this -5 meters. Let me move this here, GY -11. Shift DY, and I can create a copy here, 10 meters up, F2, and I will set this as the grid line, which I label as D. So just created these grid lines. How can I use this as a guide for modeling and to help me with precise modeling? Now, if I use the parametric modeling tools from Bonsai, like the wall tool, you'll see here that I just created, I have an existing wall type here with 15 centimeters as the thickness. And one thing that I want to highlight is that those grid lines, they are actually mesh objects. If you take a look here in the outliner, you will see that this is basically a mesh object with an edge. So we can snap to those objects here in Bonsai. If I expand the snapping tools from Blender, you'll see that Bonsai will add a new section here at the bottom. This is the snapping system for Bonsai, and this is the snapping system for Blender. And one of the options that we have here in Bonsai is the edge intersection. So it will try to capture edge intersections. Let me remove here, or I don't want to get either faces. I just want the vertex, edge center, and edge intersection. So let's try to create a few wall segments from this layout. So I have the wall tool here, press Shift A, and if I try to get here my cursor, you will see that placing the cursor near an intersection will display this X icon here, this X symbol. It means it's capturing the intersection of these two grid lines. So I can try to trace my shape here. Let me try to get this. Getting the intersection here. Let's try to get this other intersection here. And last one, press enter to confirm. And we just created a set of walls. You can see that I didn't enter any numeric inputs. I'm using just the grid lines as a reference. Now, you might be asking, well, you just created the grid lines, but what was the reference used to create those walls? As you can see here, it's using this axis here as a reference to create the wall. What if I want to align them to the center? No problem. As I was explaining earlier, these options here, these modeling tools from Bonsai, they are parametric. You see here that we have an option at the top to choose what is the alignment of this wall. So actually right now it's using exterior, but I can change this to center. And if I change to center and ask Bonsai to update, you'll see that it will move the wall to the center of this grid line. But since I just created those walls and I made this change with this wall selected, I have to update all my other walls. So let me select everything else here and ask Bonsai to update. And you will see that it will automatically align them to the center of this grid line. So as you can see, this works really well as a way to create modeling guides. And one thing that you should not forget is to go back and protect your grid lines, because when the padlock here is closed, you can't move them around with the G key. You can't really exclude them if you want. If you press X and try to exclude them, Bonsai will lock them, so you can't really erase these elements. So these are modeling guides for Blender. And you can keep using this to add more walls. For instance, if I press Shift A here to create more walls, I can select this intersection point, create a new wall here. And if I select this wall, select this other wall here, and if I press Shift E, I can expand the wall to this. I can expand this selected wall to this segment here. Like I said, those are parametric walls. So this is it. I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future tutorials. And if you want to learn how to use BonsaiBIM, I have a new workshop just about BonsaiBIM. It's a 20-hour workshop. I will leave a link in the description in case you want to join the workshop. Let me bring here the workshop page. This is the page for the Blender for Architecture with BonsaiBIM. This is a 20-hour workshop, lifetime access, so you can watch the lessons. You can watch or download the lessons as many times as you need. And I will teach you step by step how to get started with BonsaiBIM to create parametric models for architecture, how to extract data, and how to create 2D documentation from those designs. You'll be able to create floor plans, sections, elevations, and a lot more. There is a trailer here where you'll be able to watch a lot of the things that we'll be learning across the workshop. You don't really need to learn or to know Blender to get started, because there is an introduction to Blender at the beginning, and it works for both the metric and the imperial system. So Bonsai supports both systems. So I will leave a link with a discount code here in the description in case you want to learn how to use Bonsai. So again, I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future tutorials. See you next time. Bye.